Why is it that we spend our lives preparing to live, rather than actually living? That question hits hard because, if we're being honest, most of us are professional procrastinators of joy. We save the fancy candles for a guest who never shows up, we keep the good wine for an anniversary that's months away, and we tuck our biggest, most vibrant dreams into a dusty drawer labeled someday. Today, we're diving deep into Don't Leave Anything for Later by the brilliant collective at the Library Mindset. This isn't just another dry productivity manual or a lecture on hustle culture. It is a profound, soulful manifesto on why urgency is actually the ultimate form of self-respect. By the end of this summary, you're going to have a complete psychological toolkit for reclaiming your time, overcoming the paralyzing fear of the right moment, and finally breaking the cycle of waiting. Let's get into why your future self is currently begging you to start today. Part 1. The Psychology of Later, Dismantling the Invisible Trap. The book opens by attacking the single biggest lie we tell ourselves: I'll feel more like it tomorrow. The authors explain that later isn't just a word, it's a psychological fortress. It's a safe, comfortable place where our dreams go to stay perfect because they haven't been tested by the messy reality of failure yet. Think about a guy named Dave. Dave has wanted to start a YouTube channel for 5 years. Every weekend, he says, I just need a better camera or I'll wait until work settles down. The problem? Work never settles down. And while Dave waits for the perfect gear, someone else is filming on a cracked smartphone and building an audience. Core concepts to remember. 1. The illusion of abundance. We treat time like an infinite bank account. We assume we have 50 years left, so what's one wasted Tuesday? The library mindset reminds us that time is a dwindling asset. Unlike money, you can't earn more time. Every second you spend in waiting mode is a withdrawal from a bank account that never gets a deposit. The perfectionism paralysis. We often delay things because we're afraid of doing them poorly. We think if we wait, we'll magically become more talented. The book argues that messy action beats perfect inaction every single time. Cognitive load and open loops. When you leave a task for later, it doesn't just sit quietly. It creates an open loop in your brain, a constant, low-level hum of anxiety that drains your mental battery. Doing it now isn't just about productivity, it's about mental peace. The authors suggest this 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 120 seconds, replying to a text, hanging up a coat, filing a paper, do it the exact moment you think of it. This prevents the later pile from turning into an insurmountable mountain of stress. Part 2. Overcoming the barriers, reducing friction and finding flow. Once we understand why we wait, we have to look at what's actually standing in our way. Usually, it isn't a lack of hours in the day, it's a lack of environmental design. Transitioning from thinking to doing requires a shift in your physical world. The authors argue that we often set ourselves up for failure. If you want to exercise but your gym shoes are buried in a box in the garage, you've already given later a massive head start. The tools for action. 1. The friction theory. This is one of the most practical parts of the book. To stop leaving things for later, you have to reduce the friction between you and the task. If you want to write, leave your laptop open on your desk with the document already pulled up. Conversely, if you want to stop scrolling on your phone, put it in another room. Make the good habits easy and the bad habits hard. The good enough standard. Many of us wait for perfect conditions. The book shares a story about a photographer who spent months waiting for the perfect sunset. Meanwhile, a student took 100 okay photos every single day. By the end of the year, the student had accidentally captured 12 masterpieces, while the perfectionist had nothing but a blank memory card. Quantity leads to quality. The fear of judgment. We often delay our goals because we're worried about what the neighbors or our coworkers will think. The library mindset offers a blunt reality check. People aren't thinking about you nearly as much as you think they are. Everyone else is far too busy worrying about their own insecurities and their own laters. Real-life implementation. Identify your big frog. This is the one task on your list that you dread the most. Usually, it's the one thing that would actually move the needle in your life. Commit to eating the frog at 8 a.m. Once the hardest thing is done, your brain releases a hit of dopamine that makes the rest of the day feel like a breeze. Part 3, Designing a Life of Now, The Philosophy of Using the Good China. The final section of the book moves from productivity into deep philosophy. It's about more than just checking boxes, it's about how you treat the gift of your existence. The authors share a heart-wrenching story about an elderly woman who kept a stunning silk scarf in its original box for 20 years. She was waiting for a truly special occasion. She passed away unexpectedly, and her daughter found the scarf still wrapped in its original tissue paper, never once felt against her skin. The lesson is clear and urgent. Today is the special occasion. Living the library mindset. 1. The Use the Good China rule. Stop saving your best things for a future that isn't guaranteed. Burn the expensive candle. Wear the fancy suit to the grocery store if you feel like it. Write in the leather-bound journal you've been saving 4 important thoughts. The power of completion. There is a unique joy in finishing things. The book encourages us to be finishers. Whether it's a book, a project, or a conversation, finishing gives you a sense of mastery over your life that starting never can, building a legacy of action. At the end of the road, you won't regret the times you tried and failed. You will regret the things that stayed on the to-do list forever. The goal is to reach the end with an empty list and a full heart. Real-life implementation. Perform a life audit this weekend. Look through your closets, your digital files, and your mental goals. Is there something you've been saving? A hobby? A difficult conversation? A travel plan? Break the seal within the next 24 hours. Even a small step, like booking the flight or sending the "I'm sorry" text, kills the later monster instantly. Don't leave anything for later is more than a book, it's a wake-up call to stop treating your life like a rehearsal. The bridge between the person you are and the person you want to become is built with the bricks of immediate action. There is no perfect time, there is only right now. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What is one thing you've been putting off for a special occasion that you're going to do, use, or start today? Let's hold each other accountable and turn those somedays into day ones. If you found this summary helpful and want to keep building a better version of yourself, you're exactly where you need to be. Here at BloomShelf Hub, we are dedicated to breaking down the world's most impactful books into actionable wisdom so you can grow and evolve without having to spend hundreds of hours reading every single title yourself. If this video gave you that spark of motivation you needed, please hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. Subscribe to join our community of lifelong learners and hit that notification bell so you never miss a deep dive. Stay tuned to the channel for more insights that help you bloom. Since we're focused on taking action right now, would you like me to draft a 7-day immediate action checklist based on these principles to help you jumpstart your progress this week?